What's up guys, it's Selka, and today I'll be looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum in the smaller time frame. So this video should be a small update from my last short-term analysis, and for the bigger time frame we'll be looking at it on Monday for the weekly analysis. Alright, so let's get it. Alright, so for Bitcoin, the pattern that we see right there is exactly the same as this one in terms of trading. So in terms of wave theory, we need to trade that the same way that we did with this one. All right, now the thing with this last pattern that we had is pretty ugly compared to this one. All right, so this one was kind of clear. You had an impulse down. This was all the correction. All right, and another impulse down that didn't break the low. All right, so this one, and this becomes an A move, this a B move, and this a C move for a pattern that we know of, and it's called a running flat. All right, anyway, you have all the different patterns in the top right corner, but you should probably know this one from now, as it's one of those that happen a lot. So this is a running flat, and this has a target, which is to come and break the top again. All right, the top of the B wave. Now it happened. All right, and we don't know, we have no clue, we have no targets in terms of price range. We just know that it will break the top, so it could have broken the top right there and go back down. Right, so that's why your TP should be at the breakout of the top, but you never just TP everything. So I personally never TP everything at the breakout of a running flat, for example, because sometimes it can go higher, just like we see right there. So now this is a running flat. All right, and this one is exactly the same thing. So let me just change color and you'll find out about it. So right there, retracement, which is the A move. All this is a correction, which is the B move, and this is the last impulse to complete this running flat. All right, this should be something like this, and this should come and retest the top again. So the target is right there, and let me just put back the orange color to let you know that the target for this one was right there. All right, so you see always the same kind of structure that happens where you have that pullback. Sometimes it comes to just take up the stop loss before going up, but anyway, this is a pattern that we know of in terms of psychology, in terms of trading. We know that this happens, and this even have a lot of probability to happen, and that's why you should be aiming for another breakout of the top. All right, now this doesn't mean that it will happen. All right, this has a lot of probability to happen, but there's also other scenario that could happen. All right, so we've seen this right there. It happened once, so it can do it twice, but the thing with all that is that you gotta be careful if you take the setup. So for example, if you're in from that point or that point, the latest setup was this one. If you're in from that point, you need to protect yourself and put yourself on break even for two reasons, in my opinion. That's how I would do it, simply because, and let me go on a smaller time frame so you can see, because there is a potential right there. This is potentially a regular flat. All right, so ABC before going down. So you have an impulse right there. You have your A move, B move, this could be a B move, this could be a C move to give another push down. All right, does it invalidate the potential up move to come and retest the top? No, it doesn't, but this can literally start a down move, which could be the start of a downtrend. So that's why you got to be careful if you're in the trade, because simply because we're high in the structure. All right, so you know that you have all this impulse right there from the bottom, that you'll need a correction bigger than this one. So anytime soon, this big correction, all right, let's say this one, can happen. All right, this correction from a correction that looks similar to that, or that look as deep as this, could happen at any time soon. So the more you go up after making small correction, the more you risk to have this one. And that's why you don't want to be in a buy if you're at the if you're simply getting this structure. All right, so from that point, taking long in there, it's risky. The setup must be so clean and that's why you should not be taking it if that's not clean. All right, so for example, this one was good to take because it's clean. Now this one, is it clean? I don't think so. I'm personally not taking it. I'm conscious that this could come and break the top, but I don't want to risk it simply because I don't think it's clean. All right, so I don't think it's as clean as it looks, and potentially this can be literally, you see this move right there that I talked about it, this regular flat that comes and break the low, it can literally be it, as you've seen it right there, regular flat that came and break the low. And if we break this low, we know for a fact that breaking this low and having a correction can lead to a potential drop, and that's what we don't want. So if you see this one, it didn't break this low, and that's why we went up. Now as long as we don't break this low, we should going up, but you got to be careful because we can still break it. All right, it's not because as long as we don't break this low, we should not go down. It's more of right now we didn't break it, so you look for buys, but you got to be careful because we can break it. All right, so basically for Bitcoin, I'll be careful. All right, there's a possibility where this is a contracting, so all this is a contracting flat, again A, B, C, and this is your top. If that's the case, then we're not going to break the top again. We can just fall from that point, and that's one of the other scenario on why I'm not taking this trade, because for this one, it was probable that this was your running flat right there, and this was your top, but seeing how it ranged, it gives some clue that this is probably just all a correction, and your C wave is gonna be completed later on for that running flat. So this was pretty clean, all right, but not this one. So this one, I don't think it's super clean. I still think that it can break the top, but if it does, I'm expecting a huge dump and probably the start of a drop. Now I think this will be matched with S&P and Nasdaq. That's just my personal opinion, but as long as S&P and Nasdaq are pushing, which should be which they should push to that top and break that top, as long as they are pushing, we can go up. Thing is, I don't think it will keep pushing after breaking that top, and that's why Bitcoin can be lacking a little bit until we break the top. It can be pretty slow, and if that's the case, then we might just literally see it tag the top and come back down, or sometimes it can not even tag the top and make a different structure, so something like this for example. And that's why I think it's pretty risky. All right, you just got to keep in mind that this is pretty risky, but as long as we are above this low, we should go up. All right, when we will break out of that low and give a correction, that's where I'll be looking for sells, and as long as we don't have this, then you should be looking for buy, and I think I will be looking for buy. Now let's check out Ethereum. Ethereum is ugly, so let me remove this. All right, Ethereum is really ugly in the moment. So from that point, from there, it was pretty clean. You had some small correction, running flat. This was weird. All right, this was an expanding. So overall, from that point, it was clean until we break that point. It's really ugly, and every setups it's been making are pretty ugly. All right, this expanding was okay. It didn't break the bottom, that's why I'm calling it expanding. It breaks the top and the bottom. All right, so for your information, the expanding is this. You have your A move, B move that breaks the bottom, the top, all right, and C move that breaks the bottom. So this still goes up. Thing is, this is super ugly, and if you want my opinion on that one, I think that all this is an A move. This is probably a B move in the making, so it could be something like this, and then a C move, and we'll see if that C move is the one that will drop. All right, so at the moment, as long as, again, just like Bitcoin, this time we'll take the bottom of the C wave. As long as this one is not broken, then it should go up, right? It should make a range and be another push up. All right, now if you see it dump and break the low, now look for a correction. That's what I will be doing, looking for a correction, and this should go deeper down. All right, now for Ethereum it's different, since you know that the target is to come and retest the top, as this is your impulse and this is all your correction. but you never know what can happen, and you can still have a push down to break the low before having the up move. So it's not necessarily going up from that point, and you can see even those little moves are looking similar, so you can have something looking like this before getting a drop. Now I don't really think so in terms of going down and breaking that low. It can happen, I'm keeping it in mind, but this, as long as it's range above this type of trend line, for example, it looks shit my trend line, but you see, as long as it's say above and flags, then this should go up and retest the top. Now it's more of an end turn in the smaller time frame. This is where it looks like crap. This is actually looking really shitty in terms of wave theory. You got your top right there, you have a messy move. This should have come and break the top, but sometimes it doesn't, just like you see right there with the little flag that confirms that we're going down. But what we've got right there is an impulse, some sort of a correction. I'll be taking it as a correction from now, and I'm expecting another push up, but I don't think it will break the top right there. I just think it will break this one, and after that probably another drop to complete that bigger structure. You see, so that's how I do it right there. But again, I don't think that this is looking super clean, so there's actually no trade to take off that. Simply to know what will happen will help you out a little bit. Now if it does this, something like this, then it will be the biggest correction that we have, so a little bit bigger than that, so it can lead to another push up. But again, I'm expecting a bigger correction than this, at least 2 times this one, at least bigger. All right, but the bigger the better, because 2 times this one will lead to have another impulse that could be the impulse that will start that move to come and break the top. So basically the move is not ready to come and break the top. You should not FOMO on that one. I will not FOMO on that. I'm waiting for a retracement, because usually we get the chance to come and take the trade to retest the top, and right now I don't see the chance, so might just take it easy and wait for the structure to develop a little bit. But when you think about it, those moves are really similar, where you have this type of running flat right there, but this one isn't expanding, then an up move, correction. So this can literally come, maybe tag the top, all right, and drop, or do something like this, bigger correction, tag the top, then drop. So I'll be looking at this drop. This is what will be important, the move after it drops. So if it drops and it range, then it should be for a drop. Just be careful for Ethereum. I know many people are bullish even on the wave theory, which is normal. This move looks like it's going to break the top, but you got to be careful of that scenario that is going to break the low before going for the up move, because it's still possible. That's the only reason I think why you should be careful. Otherwise it's looking pretty clean in general. All right, in the bigger time frame it's looking pretty clean. Now in the smaller time frame, I already told you that this is messy, and yeah, this can literally do something like this. All right, complete this correction. That's the important part, because for me that's an impulse. Complete this correction, make another impulse, and then probably go down to break that low. But it doesn't mean that it will break this one. So if you break that low but not this one, it still counts as a potential up move for this regular flat. All right, again, A move, B move, and C move. So there's nothing much to say about these Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's pretty on standby. I would say we might retest the top for Bitcoin, then drop. All right, so something like this, or simply just drop right there. All right, I'm not looking for sells, but I'm really taking profits if I'm in the buy, and looking for sells not right now, but not looking for buys either. I mean, yes, but if there are no clean, then I would not be taking them. As you see, this one is not clean enough in my opinion. So you can try it, but I would not, simply because we're high in the structure and this could drop at any moment. So Ethereum, same thing. This one can break this top and then go down, and we'll be careful, as this is where we'll be looking at this low. And for Bitcoin, like I said, it's not the same low, it's the bottom right there. So all right, it's kind of messy, but the bottom right there is the one that you'll be looking for. As long as you're above that bottom, even if it does that, it can still do that. So you need to break that bottom and have a little flag in order to go down. So I hope you guys watched this video and liked it. If you did, then make sure to share it with your friends. So I'll try to do more of these smaller time frame analysis to help you out on the Bitcoin and Ethereum, but also to immortalize my analysis and my trading on my journey on those type of move, because I'm still backtesting those type of move, knowing what Bitcoin can do and what it has in terms of probability to make those type of pattern and to simply hit targets. So that's why I'm making those videos. And again, thank you for your support, and feel free to join the Discord down in the description. And until next time, see you.